I challenge you to eat 5 to 6 cups of vegetables per day.
It's hard for me to even eat like one broccoli. For the next 3 months, we have 1 person that's diabetic, 2 people that are in the pre-diabetic range, and we're gonna talk to a registered dietitian who's gonna show us how to lower our blood sugar levels so we can be in a healthy range by eating healthier and changing our lifestyle.
Hemoglobin A1C essentially gives you a 2 to 3 month snapshot view of what blood sugar looks like. 5.7 to 6.4 can be an indicator of prediabetes. Over 6.4 is when technically you would have a diagnosis of diabetes.
My mom has type 2 diabetes. On my blood test last year was the first time my A1C came out high. A year later, I got tested again and I was still at 5.7 despite having tried to change my diet.
My father got it in his mid to late 50s. I found out 2 years ago that I had type 2 diabetes.
I don't have any family history with diabetes. I just found out that I was pre-diabetic 2 weeks ago, and I'm 28.
Diabetes is a chronic lifestyle disease, and there's also a genetic component, and the way that you live your life is actually more an indicator than what you have genetically. We have to look at diet.
I've changed my diet a lot in the past year, but I'm still eating a lot of sugar, and I've never thought about cutting down sugar at all.
When I found out 2 years ago that my A1C was 11.7, my diet was piss poor. I'd be drinking beer, any chocolate that was ready available, I'd have it. When you're young, you feel invincible, but you know, it gets harder as you get older.
We have to look at fitness levels.
I lift weights 4 to 5 times a week. Mostly I'm on a powerlifting program.
I just started working out 3 months ago, and now I'm working out almost every day.
My workouts are pretty good. I'm working out about an hour and a half, minimum 5 days a week.
Stress is a huge, huge part of the healthy picture that I think a lot of times we overlook.
I'm an emotional eater and I get very stressed, so I'll snack on sugar, especially in the middle of the day at work. Everyone who works with me knows if I'm having a bad day, they bring me a cookie. That's how much stress affects me wanting sugar.
Your diet is a really crucial piece of how ultimately your health is, and a lot of times what it comes down to is balancing blood sugar. Michelle, the 3 things that I would challenge you to work on are the meal plan that I'll send you. Also, the big piece of this is stress management, and really step up and say, okay, I can't eat a certain way, because stress is a hormonal response. So that's gonna impact your blood sugar control. Kane, I looked over your information. Basically, the one thing that I saw was just an imbalance, and thinking about approaching each one of your meals from a macronutrient standpoint. So complex carbohydrates, protein, fat, and vegetables. Hitting that at each one of your meals is something that I think could be really helpful in creating consistency. All right, Zach, very similar to what I talked about with Kane, there is a balance area that we can look at.
Okay.
And that similar concept to hitting your macros and what you guys said about snacking. I would challenge you finding a way to interact with food that supports your health. So this meal plan is really going to focus on eliminating gluten, dairy, and sugar, because those are the 3 main categories people are typically responding to in an inflammatory way. So at the end of the 3 months, ideally, it would be great if everyone's A1C was in a normal range, so below 5.6.
Buying a lot of greens. This is full of spinach. There's so much broccoli. I really hope I finish it.
Today and tomorrow we have all day offsites, and look at the food spread that I cannot eat. But there's these weird apples and I can't tell if they're decorative or not, so I'm just gonna eat one.
I'm already prepping my chicken for the week here. I got my Brussels sprouts, got it lightly olive oiled, minimal salt like the nutritionist said. Let's shed more pounds, let's lose this diabetes.
I'm putting spinach in my smoothie. This is so weird. How am I supposed to eat 6 cups of veggies a day when I barely eat 0 now?
Generous handful of spinach, 5 or 6 strawberries, ice, protein. Let's see how this bad boy's gonna taste. I don't like the consistency of this.
It's a little poopy colored. Whoa, it just tastes like chocolate and peanut butter.
I'm not hating on it.
I could do this for breakfast.
I'm heading on a flight to San Francisco for business, but I don't know why I can't get on a flight without eating something sweet. I was very proud of myself because I only ate half the package, dried mango.
Michelle just pointed out that this bun has gluten in it. I made a mistake, and also that beer has gluten, which I didn't realize as well. So after talking to Michelle, I stopped by Trader Joe's and bought myself a bag of spinach, blueberries, bananas, chocolate, whey protein, mushrooms, ground turkey, turkey, eggs for stir fry.
One of the more frustrating things about having diabetes, cuts and broken bones or torn ligaments and stuff like that, it takes a while to heal. I got a pretty big cut on my leg. It doesn't hurt, it just doesn't scar properly. It's been 2 weeks and that's what it looks like. This is from last year.
So a trick that I've found is putting lemon in everything. Squeeze the whole lemon in my leftovers. Doing this video that lasts 3 months really is a lifestyle change. I'm still in the mode of like, let me get through this and then I'll eat bad food, but I need to reevaluate that.
I've been good all week. I ate really clean, I ate really healthy. This morning my friends are in town visiting, so I'm taking them to a place that has bottomless mimosas and bottomless waffles.
80-20 is a really good rule to follow. So 80% of the time you're following this healthy eating pattern, and then there's 20% where you're like going to a wedding or going out after work and you might have a drink.
I indulged this weekend. It was a wedding, but you gotta get back on track. Tonight I took the time and I did a lot of meal prep. I'm gonna see what my blood sugars are right now.
Prick my finger, squeeze some blood out, put it on this little tab. 77, this is actually pretty good. When I first got diagnosed with diabetes, I would get 275, so this is a vast improvement.
Finally going on vacation. They served pie and ice cream for dessert last night, but they gave me 2 plums. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm about to eat a lobster roll. After a day of tuna fishing, but I think I've earned a lobster roll.
I got my first gluten-free sandwich, which I usually avoid at all costs. So Sarah's here with us looking at our snacks.
The kind bars that have 5 grams of sugar or less.
So a little bit of sugar's okay.
Yeah, you want to try and keep it low.
How about carrot juice at Trader Joe's?
It's not bad to drink occasionally, but I would say go for the whole fruit.
Okay, I'll eat a carrot. I'll eat a carrot.
Took the gluten-free option and still has cheese. I think I actually prefer eating on the diet than eating whatever this is.
It's the end of the day today. All I have is leftovers from 3 different meals put into a pot, and it does not look good. I even had a dream last night that I found really delicious chocolate chip cookies, and then I woke up and it wasn't real.
It's 7 p.m. on Friday and I'm finally leaving the office. A meeting happened today where I got so frustrated I almost started to cry. I really have to figure out A, like relaxation techniques, and B, like, are my hormones just crazy?
I just got off the phone with Michelle and we reviewed her adrenal test. So I wanted to see what her cortisol levels were doing throughout the day. They were actually pretty elevated consistently throughout the day. This could be a reason why her blood sugar is not coming down.
So all last week I was really good. Ate super healthy. So yesterday I decided to have a bit of a cheat day, which turned into a huge cheat day. I went to the LA County Fair. I had an icy bloomin' onion jumbo corn dog, barbecue brisket with french fries. Top it off, I had chocolate covered ice cream. I'm gonna, like I normally do, take my blood sugar. 132, that's definitely high.
The last few weeks has been a struggle, especially last week. I was super stressed. I'm sure that raised my blood sugar levels. At night, I ate my feelings and had a large pizza with cheese. It came to a point where my thought process was like, are these things that I'm eating actually gonna affect my number at the end of this? Like, I don't know.
I went hard, ate a lot of food that I shouldn't have. You know, I'm just pissed. Like, I shouldn't have done it at the same time. It's like, I wish I could have just done it. I wish I could have just done it guilt-free, not having to worry about what my blood sugars are, not having to worry about feeling like shit, exhausted, tired, lethargic, to the point of passing out. I'm just disappointed in myself, I think, for just giving in to temptation, eating all this food that I shouldn't have eaten.
I'm in such a bad mood. I haven't wanted to do anything. The diet's mostly fine, but I'm so hungry all the time. I don't know if it's because of the diet or just because I'm a grumpy, bad person. I also feel really scared that after all this, they're gonna test my blood sugar is gonna be the same.
I know what you're all thinking. How could I eat the same thing day in and day out? You've seen it, I've cheated, but I just can't help it, guys. I love me some Brussels sprouts.
So I've always struggled with portion control. What's been really helping me for this is Sarah gave us a chart. Any plate of food that I get, I'm supposed to save half of that for vegetables, and a quarter as protein, and the other quarter as fat and carbs. And that's been really simple for me to remember and keep track of.
Sarah suggested I find activities that reduce stress. I have a knitting project that's been sitting in a drawer, so I have picked it back up. By the time we finish the diet, I'll be done this shawl.
Just came back from a week of vacation in Puerto Vallarta. It was super fun, but I eat so badly. I had a lot of drinks, and the drinks had a lot of sugar. I basically didn't do any of my diet. Because the A1C is an average of the last 3 months, I hope 1 week doesn't just destroy the whole thing.
Today's Monday, and my 40th birthday is on Saturday. There's gonna be a lot of cheating this week because I'm only turning 40 once while I'm on a diet.
I just tried going to the gym because yesterday I hurt my ankle. It's a little swollen, but I figured I could maybe just bike on it. I have my doctor's appointment tomorrow. See what she says. I hope it's nothing serious.
My friend ended up taking me to dinner for my birthday. They ordered a bunch of cheese and olives and bread, so I tasted like one tiny piece of cheese. They ordered molten chocolate cake for dessert that we all shared. It was like the most amazing thing I've tasted in a long time, but I ate like 4 bites of it. So I feel like I'm practicing what my life will be like post this video.
So it's morning to get my blood work done for the A1C. I've tried to eat healthier and been working out, so I'm hoping that that makes up for the few weeks of patchiness. So I just got my results back and mine is 5.4. Super excited and I can't wait to talk to the dietitian about it.
I got a call from my doctor's office today. They had my test results and my heart sank immediately, like, oh, it's gonna be bad. And they were like, yeah, your B12's a little low. And I was like, but what about my A1C? And they were like, oh, that's 5.2, that's fine. 5.2, it dropped from 5.7. I owe Kane and BuzzFeed such a debt of gratitude because I was freaking out that I was gonna be diabetic.
Just got my blood test results back and I'm no longer diabetic. It went from a 7.6 to a 5.3. I'm shaking a bit. I'm trying not to cry because this is just something that I just really wanted to fucking kick. Obviously, I'm still not out of the clear. I mean, it could come back if my diet changed, but knowing that I no longer have to take my med, I'm just relieved.
Change doesn't have to be all or nothing. None of the people that went through this program did this 100%. There were times where they struggled. There were times where they were traveling, and it was about how do you get back up after you fall down. Go for small changes. Celebrate your wins. Know that little things you do will add up to have a bigger impact. The way you eat, your lifestyle, it's all so important. Nutrition rules, nutrition wins, and yeah, hell yeah.
So the diet's over and somebody gave me some candy to celebrate my birthday. And I can eat it now, but it's going right in the trash. Sorry, friend.